Okay, so in Wing Chun, we always want to punch straight and direct. So we don't want to be drawing our arm back to punch because we don't want to give up any space in front of us. Our mission is to always be occupying this space with forward intent. So when we throw our punch, we need to use our waist to generate the power and the turn so that we can go directly forward rather than retracting this and throwing it. So if we're here, yeah, look, our arm only gets involved in the forward motion when we're halfway through the turn. So to train that, what we're going to do, we're going to move the shoulder and then throw the hand, move the shoulder, throw the hand, move the shoulder, throw the hand. Even if you want to lean forward so you can see the shoulder, do this. And then get your guard's hand, start square, turn. Here, look, we've got this turn here. Punch gets involved. Punch gets involved. The turn starts, and then the punch gets involved. Punch gets involved. So when we're in close or if we're gonna dodge, it may appear like our arm moves back, but the arm is not moving back. The hip is moving back. So we're still not giving any ground. We're slipping and then coming straight forward. So you need to learn to punch from your waist turn, your hip and your shoulder. You want your shoulder to be aligned and your elbow to be slightly in front of you, because the leverage point on your elbow here, if you open it up, you've extended the leverage on your arm, which makes that leverage point more weak because it's not anchored. So that's why we sit the elbow underneath. We don't want the elbow too far back because then the humerus is on top of the ulnar and the radius. So it's not stacking the bones correctly for good structure. So when we move the elbow slightly forward, you can see that this bone is supporting this bone here and this direction of movement here, which enables us to push with our body and our hip, rather than if the elbow is back, it's more of a pulling motion that we are in, and it's not supported by your mass because, as you can see, even if it's here, it's going to be cramped. So you want it out so that these bones stack and you get structure from bone alignment all the way up through your shoulder, down into your spine and into the ground. So this is how Wing Chun works. So we're generating power from our spine, from the ground. So we're here, straight forward, straight forward, straight forward, straight forward. But that starts with understanding the timing of moving the hip, injecting the hand, moving the hip, injecting the hand, moving the hip, injecting the hand, injection, boom, and then boom, boom, boom. Yeah, so there's many ways to punch. Remember, when you see this, notice, look, the hip is moving, the elbow is still the same distance here, look, and then we're ready to strike. So train the immovable elbow theory of Wing Chun. And then if you imagine there's a bar between your hip and your elbow, when your hip moves, it pushes the elbow, and then you inject when you're about halfway through, and then you must contract and stop the punch also to create ging. So yes, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.